Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to do this type of night long exposure photography. This photograph holds a very special place in my heart because it was the very first photograph I ever got featured in any magazine, and I never expected the result to come out as well as it did. So I thought today I'd go out and get some new photographs and share with you some hints and tricks on how to get this type of photography. Also, at the end of today's video I will be looking through the hashtag CP photos. Well, all said and done, let's begin. So this is technically my second attempt doing this photography. We filmed this on Thursday, but I forgot to do one major thing, which I'll speak about further in the video. So we've got R2 set up right here, and what we're going to be doing is getting light paintings from behind him to get some really cool long exposure photography. Right, so while we're waiting for another bus, I'll run you through some of the settings that I am using. Yeah, boss. Was a little bit of movement in that one. That didn't work. R2, are you able to keep really still? Like, don't breathe for 4 seconds. Like sniper breath. Like. Okay. So where were we? Oh, the photography settings. So the maximum shutter speed I'll use is around 6 seconds, but that depends how much your subject can stand still during that time period. So at the moment I'm using between 3 and 4 seconds just to give me enough time for the subject to get through all the frame. And then in terms of the aperture, I'm using around, I usually don't use the shallowest aperture, I'll use around f6.3 or whatever, just so the exposure is equal, nice and balanced across the board, and then I'll adjust the ISO accordingly if I need to. We've got a couple of results here. They've been okay, but we're going to have to move locations because at the moment this seems like a complete dead spot with no buses. Because that's the other thing you want to focus on with this photography is you can do it with trains, but because it's COVID-19, I don't think the staff at a train station would appreciate us taking photographs on the platform. The other alternatives are trams and buses. Try and go for maybe double-decker buses because they're great because they always have the interior lights on as well, so you get a lot more of that streaking effect going on within the photograph. So we're going to go to photo location number 2. That's the other problem with this area as well. Like, while we're walking to the next location, there is like so many missed opportunities, but we're also having a lot of problems with like all this light pollution. These yellow lights are absolutely awful to shoot in because they'll just add that light to your image and really can knock off and throw off your exposure and just make it not worth it. So it's always worth trying to go to locations that you know to get the better photography. Another thing to consider while doing this photography is have vibrant colours such as reds, blues, yellows to help it stand out against the background and just allow your subject to pop. I think that was our focus. I think it's our focus. Please start focused. That would have worked, but
the bus was too short.
Yeah, the bus was there, it ended here, we needed it there. And what time is it? It is getting later and later, which means we're running out of buses now. Never lost so much hope for a photography idea. It's a solid idea, yeah, it's just not working. It's one of those nights where the photographs are just not coming together. It's not my night. Took the photograph. I don't know. I think that might have actually, hopefully, might be an example. It's to light him up. I've actually got this little Andy Cine light, so I'll just pop this down here. It gives him a little bit of a boost as well against the background. Put that about there. Jobs are good. The lens I'm also using for this photography is the 24-70. I could use the 50, but because I'm not worried about the aperture, it's better to have a wider focal range, so if I need to zoom in I can, if I need to zoom out I can. With a 50 it's just fixed, so 24-70 zoom lens would be great for this type. Any lens really would be great for this photography. Go, come on. Oh! We just need one more result like that tonight and we're sorted.
I've won, sexy man.
This is it, this is it, this is it. Bus is in the pipeline, it's ready.
It's ready. It's the number 66.
Now,
3, 2,
both of them worked. Centre Island. I was using a centre focus point and a single focus point with the Sony 4 focus, but sometimes it was really having a problem actually acquiring the focus, interestingly, in this light, which realistically should have no problem. But what I've just done is I've turned peaking on to see where my focus is and just manually set it, and I'm able to nail it then every single time. Right, we've got 2 results there. If we can get 2 more buses coming through here, we're golden, because that would work. Next bus here is 20 minutes.
Bus, 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 bus.
Hold it. Yes! I think that worked. After 10 o'clock, my brain starts to shut down.
It's bedtime.
Yeah. I'm tired all day, don't know why. I've been looking forward to this all day, man. And then it's just been stressing me the hell out. Uni work, don't worry about it. You'll get sorted. You got deadlines, you know, you can just...
Tomorrow.
This is the most amount of time I've ever waited for a bus that I'm not planning on getting on. 3 minutes until the next bus. The final bus of the night. We've got to make it count. And even if I don't make it count, I'm going to celebrate like it worked. Processing. This is the last one. We got it! We got it, we got it! Boom! That is it. Oh, that is sharp. That is sharp. Chips? Yeah?
Chips.
Let's go chips.
Chips.
So we didn't get any chips. We forgot everything closed at 10 o'clock. I would also like to say a massive thank you for Alex and Artie for helping me out with that video. You'll probably be seeing these guys a few more times in my videos. We've got some other video plans, so they'll be helping me out with that as well. And it's great having someone to model for this type of photography. If you have a mate, just ask them if they want to come out, do some photography, because obviously if you're doing it on your own, it's really difficult. You've got to get the timing right with a self-timer, you've got to get the exposure right, you have got to get the focus right, and that can be an almighty task. So having extra people on board can really help out whilst doing this photography. So I'm quickly going to be showing you how I would process and edit an image like this, but before we do that, a couple of things I forgot to mention. The first one is you might want to use a 2-second timer so your hands are not on the camera when the shutter opens, because this might add a little bit of shakiness. And also maybe consider using a boost light like this. This really helped bring out my subject a lot more, and just a simple light like this added so much to the photographs and really allowed them to stand out that much more. I've left a few in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. So I'm now going to quickly run you through how I got to the before and the after of this photograph, and it really didn't take much. So the first thing I did was apply a 4:5 aspect ratio crop for Instagram. I then went over to my preset pack and chose to put on teal and orange. The only settings I needed to change after this was in the basic menu, where I just turned down the exposure a little bit because it was a little bit overexposed for my liking, and then I turned down the white balance quite a lot so it brought out a lot of those blue tones in the image. After that, I made no more changes to the basics, to the tone curves, nothing like that. The only 2 things I really added from here was 2 gradient mask tools from the bottom right of the image to a 45-degree angle all the way up, and then to the left hand side to bring out some more of those tones. The last thing I did, you don't really have to do this if you don't want to, but for my images, I much prefer not seeing the subject's face, so it's like a stranger in the dark. So I basically just painted that out, got this result, and that's the final image. It's a really nicely done image. I really do like the tones and everything with this photograph. And if you do this photography for yourself, I'll be really interested to see your results using the hashtag CPPhotos. And before we end today's video, I'm going to look at a couple of your photographs. So I was going to film this portion of the video like tomorrow, because it's getting quite late now, but considering there are workmen outside working at 11 o'clock at night, I understand if they've got to work, they've got to work, but God, could you have chosen a better time than 11 PM while I'm trying to sleep? So I thought I'd just film the CPPhotos hashtag bit right now, and if you can hear a digger outside, then many apologies, but let's just dive straight into this. So our first photograph today is by Matty H, and first off, where is this? This is incredible. I really need to know where this crashed jet is. That is absolutely incredible. I love the derelict feel of stuff like this. Like anything that is derelict, abandoned, and just left to waste is so amazing to me. And for a jet to be left there, that is incredible. I really like the composition of your shots as well. My favourite one is that second one, as you're like peering in and you see like the controls and you also see the cracked window. It's really nicely done, really great photographs, and an amazing find. So our next photographs today are by Photography with RD, and I really like these photographs. I did something very similar a very long time ago. I'll probably link the video right here. But it makes me wonder, what did you use for the background colours? Because these look really awesome, and I love the neon colours that you've been able to capture, and the detail as well, just using this like Pyrex pasta bake dish. Really nice creativity, great work. I really do love them. Keep up the fantastic work, and thank you for using the hashtag. So I'm going to leave the video right there. If you did like today's video, make sure you drop it a like, maybe consider subscribing to the channel, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Later!